Peter met Leia at a bar in Toronto, and she was like doing like a kind of like a open mic night solo thing, or with her friend, and Peter was there just hanging out, and he like approached her after. He really liked what she was doing, and he approached her after and kind of had like ideas for songs, and he wanted it to be like a male-female lead type thing. And I think they demoed a bit. Like they might have done a couple demos. I can't say 100%, but I think that's what happened. But at the very same time, I was playing in a band called The Job with Tim McCready, and Tim McCready branched off, and he was started to work with Mohawk Lodge, which is Ryder Havdale's band, who also, Ryder Havdale had signed Eamon McGrath. Eamon McGrath was still in Edmonton at that point.
So fucking incestuous, this industry anyway.
I didn't really know, well, I guess I knew Peter, but like this all kind of happens all at the same time. So like basically the Job broke up. Ryder came to a Job show, saw me drumming, and he was like, I want you to play drums for my band. Like we're going on tour, I want you to play drums. And I was like, I'm in this band, I can't really do it right now. And then weirdly enough, that band broke up not too long after that, and I called him up and I was like, I'm available if you need someone. He's like, cool, we're going on a European tour, come jam. So like Peter was playing keys. Peter Drymanis from July Talk was playing keys. Eamon still wasn't there for the first jam, but he was coming in, and Ryder was like, you also need to learn the Eamon McGrath songs from like Peacemaker and 13 Songs that we had at the time. And I was like, okay. And to me, like, he sounded like this, like he looked like you. I was like, okay, this is like, like a guy in his mid-30s with long hair, beard, and like gruff dude. And then he shows up, and it's like this young guy. And I'm like, okay. So like Peter and Eamon grew up together.
Oh, okay.
Like in Edmonton, they were like super close. They went to school together. And so we start playing in this Mohawk Lodge band. I'm playing in Eamon McGrath's band. Then we go to Europe and do this tour. And we get stuck we do a whole month. This is like hardcore punk day, like punk days for us when we're just like whatever, drinking and not sleep. We never had a place to stay. We didn't have any money. We're in Europe. We have a van and our gear, and that's basically it. And we have shows, like 27 shows in 30 days.
Right.
And so we're just like sometimes sleeping in like rest stops on like a or like you find people at the show that you can go crash at their house. It was that kind of thing. And then near the end, it's around Christmas, by like December 2019 or something. The tour is like ending. We're at Heathrow Airport, and it's crazy storm, and there's just like, it looks like the end of the world, like some sort of zombie apocalypse is happening, because there's just like crates of water everywhere. People are all like, it was like thousands of people, like every flight was canceled, like so many flights are canceled. There's like thousands of people just sleeping with these like tinfoil blankets on. We show up and we haven't showered already for like 5 days, and we're like hungover and like whatever. And we show up, get to Air Canada. We're like, okay, we're here for like our flight. They're like, sorry, flight's canceled. Like, there's no flights going out till like December 26th, whatever. And we're just like, so we can't get home for Christmas, like for real. And we end up like hanging out. What happened was, we were in Heathrow for like the next 3 days. I got on a flight. I was on like standby without telling. We had been there for so long. We were just like, whatever. We're just living in an airport now. I just started doing standby. So I'd like stand in lines with my bag. And they finally, after like 4 tries, called my name. And there's like, Danny Miles. And I was like, that's me. I was like, where's this flight going? They're like, Halifax. I was like, I need to go to Toronto. Well, I was like, I need to go to Toronto. And everyone turned to me like, just get out of here. Just go. And luckily, like our bass player, Tim wasn't on this tour, but there was Lee from this band. He played with Eamon as well. And Slates is his band in Edmonton. And he walks by and he's like, hey man, I'm out of here. Like, I'm leaving. And he just like, tell everyone. And I think like Peter got out like a day later. Peter and Lee got out. Eamon was there for a couple days. He got taken out into a tent at some point. But anyways, during that whole thing, Peter was just like, Peter and Eamon were sitting there. He's like, we should just start our own band. Like, Peter, I have my own songs. Like, let's just start a band when we get back. So when we got back, it was probably like January. We just started jamming. Josh and Peter went to film school together. As I said, Leia and Peter had already met, and we're kind of like demoing. And then I had been playing with Peter and Eamon was the guitar player. And literally, I was like, all in 4 other bands at the time too. So, and I was working with Alex Bonifant, with other bands who like ended up recording the first July Talk album within like 6 months of us being a band. It was like really quick. And Alex like had some connections in the industry, so he had like Zed, who became our agent at
so
like an early jam. Like literally,
quick,
like we were like writing Guns and Ammunition, and Zed came to the jam like too early. Like we shouldn't have been exposed. He shouldn't have been exposed to it, but he didn't sign us then. But like kind of we played a few shows and things started rolling, and he had already